My name is Drew Jorgensen. In this presentation, I'll be explaining my secure network design, the interaction between its components, the results of a GVM, a vulnerability scan using GVM, and the security implications of advanced and emerging network technologies. This network is designed using a defense in-depth strategy to ensure layered protection, segmentation, and continuous monitoring across all systems. Starting at the top, we have the network connects to the internet through an edge device labeled Router 1. This router is responsible for directing inbound and outbound traffic and serves as the first point of entry into the network. Immediately after the edge router is the Firewall 1, or the external firewall. This firewall enforces perimeter security by filtering incoming traffic based on predefined rules, blocking unauthorized access attempts, and allowing only necessary devices or services. Next is the DMZ, the demilitarized zone. The DMZ contains publicly accessible systems, including email server, web server, and proxy servers. These systems must interact with external users, but they're isolated from the internal network to reduce risk. If a DMZ system is compromised, the attacker cannot directly access internal resources. The traffic then passes to Firewall 2, the internal firewall. This provides an additional layer of protection between the DMZ and the internal network, ensuring that only trusted and inspected traffic can move further into the organization. Following this is the Intrusion Prevention System, or IPS, which operates in line. The IPS actively inspects traffic and blocks malicious activity in real time, such as known attack signatures or anomalous behavior. Traffic then gets routed through Router 2, the core router, which directs traffic internally to various network segments. At the core of the internal network is a central switch labeled Switch 1 here that distributes traffic to multiple access switches, which we have on the next page. For monitoring, an intrusion detection system, or IDS, is connected to the network. And this allows it to observe traffic without interfering with it. And the IDS detects suspicious activity and generates alerts. We've got it hooked up to Wireshark here. It's our security analysis workstation to pull that data. So our core switch is going to pass traffic along to these other 4 switches. These switches connect to these other departmental VLANs, the human resources, finance, operations, IT, and marketing. Each VLAN is segmented to prevent lateral movement, meaning that a compromise in one department does not automatically spread to others. And each department contains at least 25 client systems, and segmentation is enforced using VLAN configurations at the switch level. Also connected to the internal network is the DHCP server here, which dynamically assigns IP addresses and network configurations to devices, ensuring efficient and consistent connectivity. The alerts and logs are sent over here to our SIEM, the Security Information and Event Management System, Splunk. Splunk aggregates logs from the IDS and IPS and the servers. It correlates events and provides centralized visibility into network activity. When suspicious activity is identified, a security analyst can use a workstation running Wireshark that we saw before to perform deep pocket inspection and investigate traffic at a granular, smaller level. And finally, we've got our separate air gap network used by the Research and Development Department. This network is physically isolated and has no connection to the main infrastructure, which provides highly sensitive data, protecting highly sensitive data from external threats. So before we get into the threats here, we'll go over the GVM scan. So we did the scan using GVM into the network that we did in the lab. The scan can identify several common vulnerabilities. Outdated software versions can be detected, which could expose a network to known exploits if not patched. Misconfigured firewall rules, including overly permissive access controls that need to be adjusted, that could allow unnecessary traffic into sensitive areas into the network. Weak encryption protocols can be detected in some communication channels, which could expose data to interception. It also can detect open ports and unnecessary services that need to be shut down, and some services don't want to have those open, because it can increase the attack surface. To mitigate these issues, recommended actions are implementing regular patch management. You can tighten firewall controls and rules and enforce strong encryption standards such as TLS 1.2 or higher, or disable unused ports and services. All right, so modern networks are increasingly complex due to emerging technologies such as cloud computing, Internet of Things devices, and software-defined networking. One major challenge is the expanded attack surface. IoT devices, Internet of Things, for example, often lack strong security controls and can introduce vulnerabilities into the network. Another issue is the use of advanced protocols such as IPv6 and MPLS, which, while improving in performance and scalability, also introduce new security considerations such as routing attacks and misconfigurations. Encrypted traffic also presents a challenge. While protocols like TLS protect data confidentiality, they can limit visibility for monitoring tools such as IDS systems, which makes it harder to detect malicious activity. Additionally, cloud-based infrastructure introduces shared responsibility models, where both the provider and the organization must ensure proper security configurations. To address these challenges, organizations must adopt zero trust principles, continuously monitor network activity, and implement strong segmentation and access controls. In conclusion, this network design demonstrates a layered security approach that integrates perimeter defenses, segmentation monitoring, and analysis tools to protect critical systems. The inclusion of the vulnerability scanning and awareness of emerging threats explained at the end ensures that the network remains resilient in the face of evolving cyber risks. Thank you very much.